Marcus Smith, thanks for joining us here in Miami. We're really happy to have you and have you check out the training facilities and a good day of training. We got a few questions here about your careers, so I'll start this one. This one's for both of you guys. Marcus, you've played 44 international matches for England, over 166 matches with the Harlequins, and won the Premiership in 2021. Kubo, you've earned more than 90 caps for Argentina, competing in top leagues like Super Rugby and Top 14. Both of you have also had the incredible experience of playing in a Rugby World Cup. How would you describe the feeling of competing on rugby's biggest stage? What does playing in a World Cup mean to you?
Is that wrong?
Okay. You want to start?
As you wish.
Yeah, for me, obviously, to pull on the England shirt once is a special feeling. It's something that when I was growing up as a kid, I've always dreamt of, watching guys like Johnny Wilkinson, Jason Robinson. These sort of guys were my idols, and when I watched the 2003 World Cup and England won it, my dad used to play that film every day at home. So for me, that was my dream, and to represent England at a World Cup, obviously having watched them play in the 2015 World Cup, which you were playing in, was a miracle for me. It was a dream come true, and the main thing for me that I loved is the fact there's so many countries all in the same place. The atmosphere is always buzzing. Every game is full. And I thought France did a brilliant job in hosting a good tournament.
Yeah, for me, like it's nothing, you can't compare a World Cup with anything. As a fan and as a player, I think. So as Marcus said, I lived it as a fan when I was young. There was a big, I can remember as well, there was a big World Cup for Argentina. That was in 2007. That was a big inspiration to many players. So once I get the possibility to play a World Cup, I understood there that when I play a World Cup like this, another level. If you have test level or Six Nations or Rugby Championship, and Rugby World Cup is another level. Every player gets to his full potential, every team gets to the full potential. So it's like another extra level. You find it of pressure, of emotion, of whatever. It's big. Every country is connected, and you can feel it. So in every single game, you see that vibe. For me, it's rugby test. World Rugby test is the pinnacle of rugby, and I really enjoyed. I'm really grateful of being part of one.
If you were to think about an England versus Argentina match in a World Cup, what would come to mind?
For me, a lot of emotion, a lot of history, always physical games. I remember the first game, how the previous year to the 2023 World Cup, we lost to Argentina at home in the warm-up game. And I remember the team talks we had after that. We wanted to get this first game right to hopefully set us up for the group and get out the group, which was a hard group. And for us, we spoke a lot about the physicality, the emotion of the Argentinian fans and the players. And we tried to, I guess, increase our intensity to a higher level. And I think in that game we had a red card. I think Tom got red carded early. So then I think that brought us together a lot tighter. But yeah, the first and foremost, we had to, I guess, nullify the Argentinian passion and emotion, which is very difficult, especially when they get the upper hand on you, which we experienced in 2022, I think it was.
Yeah, for me, every time you play England, especially in a World Cup, they invented the game, so they know what they do. So that's a big respect for them, and they show it. For me, into my mind comes the last one, my last international cup that was against England. We were very short to win the bronze final, but at the same time, I'm happy with how the team played that game, because for us, as you had like a tough game against Argentina and the internationals before the World Cup, for us the Rugby World Cup starting game, the one we lost against you were red carded and we still lost the game. For us was a big hit. It was hard for us to rebuild and come strong from that, and we did it as a team. we came strong after that game. So for us was important. I think we did a very good game. Was an exciting game to watch. I think the last one. So I will keep that. The result was not the best, but I think it was a good game and was well played by both teams.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so we know in the World Cups, the emotions and the passion is so high. Is there a particular moment where these emotions and these feelings and this passion met a crescendo, whether scoring a try or winning a big game? What comes to mind for you guys?
I think for me, my first World Cup being a part of, probably the best experience I've had was when we beat Fiji in the quarterfinal. Again, we lost to them the previous year, I think, in a warm-up game as well, going into the tournament. And we knew how physical these guys are. They're absolute freaks of nature. The way they carry the ball, the way they tackle, the way they run is so aggressive and with so much passion behind it that when we got that result over the line, we were going to a semi-final. Yeah, for me, I was buzzing. Obviously, my head was a bit all over the place because I cut my lip and broke my nose, but I can't really remember much about it. But I think that emotional feeling after the game, hugging my family, hugging my loved ones who were at the game, it was a dream come true for me.
For me, yeah, if you have to think about emotions after games. First pre-game, I remember my first World Cup game. We're playing the All Blacks in the debut of our 2015 in Wembley.
Yeah, wow.
And I was trying to take a nap before the game with Nahuel de Tachaparro, a big friend of mine. And we were in the hotel, we were 24, we were watching a massive, big crowd coming to the stadium. We were I couldn't take a minute of a nap. I was we were playing the All Blacks.
Crazy.
It was a big game to remember. So I was I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
But I was really great game to remember, and obviously big games for our generation of Argentinians. Quarterfinals against Ireland in Millennium Stadium, we won, and quarterfinals against Wales. And Nico intercepted the ball.
Yeah, that was a good game. I watched that one.
That was one of big emotion. I can show what World Cups means.
Which player from the opposite country you will choose and you respect the most? Yeah, you think on you Google for England, you say, oh, this player, I play against him and he's amazing player and person.
For me, I usually like to pick forwards.
Always.
I like Cordilos. Cordilos, the physicality he brings every single game. Obviously, 9 and 10s, always having a look.
Yeah, exactly. Especially Laws.
Having a look, yeah.
He's a beast.
I think he's a guy who brings physicality. So always a guy this guy brings the edge to the game.
Yeah, for me, probably growing up watching Argentina, I used to enjoy the skills that Felipe Contepomi had. Juan Martin Hernandez as well, the silky skills, the offloading. Never used to sweat while they're on the field, very relaxed, which I liked. And similar to Tomás, probably playing against probably someone like Marcus Kremer. The guy's, again, a physical freak, very physical, brings a lot of emotion and passion to the game. And similarly to what you said, when you're playing against him, you know that he's coming for you, and you can almost hear his footsteps coming. And he's obviously a massive bloke, and I'm not the biggest, so you've got to keep your wits about you and keep your head on the swivel.
So recently we saw a video from you, from the Rugby Network, saying what team you prefer to play in the MLR, and you say Miami or LA. Would you like to be in a future, maybe come to Miami, or why you say Miami?
Yeah, for me, I've got a lot of family here in America, and I've been really excited about seeing the growth of the MLR over the last couple of years. Loads of unbelievable international players are now choosing to play here. I guess almost amplify the sport to a different level, which I think is amazing. You see the crowds that are coming in, they're increasing year on year, and for me, I've grown up in Asia. I was born in the Philippines and lived in Singapore, and probably the weather here in Miami is unbelievable. I'm a little bit burnt from one day in the sun, which I'm happy with. So yeah, for me it's either this side, Miami, but if I go the West Coast, probably LA. My family, my cousins live there, my aunties live there. So yeah, it's a coin toss, but maybe this week will change my mind. And seeing you, the facility, and meeting you guys has put some questions in my head. One day, hopefully.
So here we have Kubo. Got a question for you, a tricky one. Kubo, after scoring a try, how do you celebrate? Any memorable moments?
I think I know why this question. Against the last game against England, I was lucky to score there in that game. And before that game, I was talking to Milagros, my sister. She just was announced as the marketing director of the Miami Sharks. She told me, I need you to score today and please make the Sharks.
Straight away.
like right away, like that. She I think she texted me that going to the stadium. Yeah. And when I was going, I'm like,
perfect. It's more pressure than Wembley.
Yeah? The Shark.
Yeah, wow.
I need you to do the Shark, because they were like, Miami Shark was starting, and a good way to start promoting the Sharks was doing she texted me, I need you to. She put me to work straight away.
I'll do it. Yeah.
The marketing boss put me to work straight away. So I when I scored, I just give that to them
straight away.
And I was just a quick thing. And I'm not a big try celebrator, so yeah, I just had that in my mind and I did it.
Nice. All right, well, there's a question from an American rugby player here. So in 2031, the Rugby World Cup will be held in the United States, a country where rugby is clearly still growing. What can we expect from a Rugby World Cup? What would you say to the American audience about the experience of witnessing rugby at its highest level?
I think for me that will be the pinnacle of the growth, and I think on the back of that event, I know how passionate Americans are about sport and physical sports, especially obviously with the NFL. They celebrate the big hits and the big collisions, and at a World Cup you're always going to get that when you bring the best international teams in one arena, big games every single day. I think the American fans can really get right behind it, and I also think they'll feel the level of respect that's in the game of rugby, the camaraderie, the passion, the excitement in the fan village before the games. I think that's something that I think will live longer than just the event. I think there'll be stories that come out of the World Cup that will last hopefully 20, 30 years from now, which they'll still be talking about that World Cup. And I think with the marketing, with the players that are currently playing in the MLR, trying to grow the game, and all the international teams coming here, I think it could be a real moment to celebrate for the rugby world as well as the American fans as well, I feel.
Yeah, for me, there's as Marcus said, the World Cup here will be the pinnacle. I think rugby has a lot to offer to America, and America has a lot how the American approach to sports. They have a lot to offer to rugby as well. So I think there can be a very good combination over there. Both worlds can understand, both sides can add value to the other one. I think the good thing is Americans like contact sports. So I think I don't want to get into the competition, which is more tough or more contact in American football or rugby, but American football is religion here. So there are a lot of fans that maybe can as well understand and love rugby. And from the other point of view, how the American understand the sport business is is unreal. So they have a lot to offer to rugby as well. So I think there's a lot to do in this growing of the game in America, and I'm happy for me to be part of it, playing MLR as a player. And I think it's a long journey, but I'm just happy to be as individual a part of that growth.